Hi everyone! Today we're making feta cheese. We're starting with regular store-bought 2% milk. And we're going to warm that up until it reaches 29 to 31 Celsius. I'm going to keep stirring so it doesn't scorch the bottom. It shouldn't take too long to get to temperature. And once it gets there, we're going to add our yogurt. You'll probably have room temperature yogurt. I just had yogurt pucks from making homemade yogurt. Make sure it's still at 29 to 31 Celsius. And we're going to cover that for 30 to 60 minutes. After that time, it's going to look the same, but it's going to be slightly cultured. Then we're going to add our calcium chloride because we're using store-bought pasteurized milk. And then we're going to use rennet, which is going to coagulate our milk. We're going to make sure it's around our ideal temperature and let it sit for 45 to 90 minutes. And then after that time, we should have a big solid curd that has a clean break, which is what that looks like. And then we're going to cut our curds. So we're just going to go through and across and then diagonal. We want our curds to be small, so the whey comes out easier, but not too small that they don't have structure. So play with that. Let it sit for 5 minutes. Let the curds and the whey separate. Okay. I'm gonna cut some more with my spoon so they're all a bit more even and smaller. The curds will become more heavy and the whey will rest on top. We want to keep our temperature about the same the whole time. We're going to let the curds and the whey separate again. Break down a couple more big pieces. This step takes about 10 to 15 minutes total to firm up the curds and cut them and make them nice. Now we're going to strain the whey from the curds. We have a container catching the whey below because we're going to use that to make our brine. We're going to have a lot of whey left over. You can drink it, put it in smoothies, baking, use it in bread making, or you can feed it to your dog. This is our salt, vinegar, and calcium chloride mixture for our brine. And then I'm going to add the hot whey. And mix it all together. So that'll be the brine for our feta cheese. I'm going to store that in the fridge. And keep going with the curd and whey separating process. You're going to want to squish as much whey as you can out of your curds. This makes a nice firm, crumbly feta cheese. I'm going to cover that. I've got all the curds that I want. Just dumping out the whey. I'm going to let that strain a bit more. And then transfer it to my mold. So this mold has holes in the bottom so the whey can continue to drip out. And that gives it space. And I have the Pyrex dish to catch the excess whey. If it seems like it's overflowing, that's fine because it'll sink with time as more whey comes out and firm up. I'll give this whey to our dog. So this is after about an hour. It's definitely firmer and whey has dripped out. I'm going to flip it to make it smooth on all sides. And let it sit for another hour. After another hour, we're going to salt the outside of this round of cheese. The salt helps add like a bit of a rind to your feta cheese so it holds its shape, pulls out more whey out of the curd, makes it nice and firm. And then we're going to let that sit for 12 to 24 hours. So it's definitely firmer on the outside. We're going to cut this wheel into 8 pieces. Check out the inside. You want a couple holes. This is our brine we put in the fridge earlier. And we're going to pack it all in. There you have it. We're going to store this in the fridge overnight and check it out in the morning. So this is the next morning. See how it crumbles. Nice crumbly break. And a crumbly crumble. And there you have it. Homemade feta cheese. Thanks for watching.